in the junior division, and this is my NHD project, Mother Teresa, How Love Can Lead to the Greatest Discoveries of All. Ah, children, you're here. Welcome to your first class of Sunday school this semester. I am Miss Marino. Now settle down, for today we will be learning about a very important historical figure, Mother Teresa of Calcutta. Who's she? Who's she? Well, we have much work to do. Mother Teresa was born on August 27th, 1910 in Skopje, Macedonia. Her mother, Drena, was very hardworking, neat, and religious, and was devoted to her family, the church, and the poor. Her father, Nicola, was very musical, active in politics, and he traveled to exotic lands. When she was born, she was given the name Agnes Bohaxiou, but her family called her Gomsa, which means little bud or flower bud in Albanian. Oh, and she also had a sister, Aga, and a brother, Lazar. She also suffered from poor health problems ever since she was a little girl. She always said that she had a very happy family life. I think I need some water. Alrighty then, now let us discuss years. Here's a picture of Skopje, Macedonia, and a map of it. In 1919, her father died, and in 1928, she became a Loreto Sister of Ireland. There, from 1928 to 1948, she was a teacher and for some years principal of St. Mary's High School. In 1950, she started her own mission, the Missionaries of Charity, and by 1960, they opened 20 homes. In 1997, she died, and in 2003, she was beatified, which is a major step towards her sainthood. In 2015, very recently, on December 17th, Pope Francis issued a decree stating that she may be sainted in 2016, around the time of her death in September. Oh, and I almost forgot. In 1971, she won the Nobel Peace Prize. Why, hello, children. Good afternoon. God bless you all. I am Mother Teresa. Now, is it true that today you're learning about me? We better get started then. What is this? A timeline? But it's not years that I want you to know. Who cares about that Nobel Peace Prize? I am nothing but a pencil in the hand of God and a good example of the Christian life. It's time you know my true story. In 1922, I decided I wanted to become a missionary. Ever since then, this 94 years, I've never doubted even for a second that I made the right decision. It was his choice, not mine. This took a lot of faith from my family, though, because at that time, those who left to become missionaries never returned. I became a Loreto Sister of Ireland soon. In 1932, I took my vows to become a nun. These weren't my last vows, though. In 1937, I took my final vows, committing to be the spouse of Jesus. And in 1942, I took my private vow, promising never to refuse God anything, no matter how small. More was going on, though. When I first arrived in Calcutta, I witnessed extreme poverty. Whole families slept on palm leaves in the streets. If our people could only see all this, they would stop grumbling and offer thanks to God. I also lived in poverty, though not as extreme. I had no light fixtures in my home, no computers, electricity, and I only owned one robe, the one I'm wearing. While in Calcutta, I visited the slums every week. They say I bring them much joy. That is what I'm here to do. I let each person experience a little bit of God's love before they die. One day, I was on a train ride to Darjeeling when I experienced my call within a call. God wanted me to serve the poorest of the poor in the streets of Calcutta. It was an order I could not refuse. After many letters and pleas, I got my demand. Even more was going on too. While a nun, I experienced an extreme period of inner darkness. I only expressed it in my many letters. I see your teacher has one on her easel. I will read it to you. Dear Father Picacci, I was looking forward to your visit, and then nothing. Our Lord has taken even the power of speech. I don't know what pleasure he can draw from this darkness, but as you said, I will let him free. I can't express, but I want to want it as he wants it. Only pray that I keep up the joy exteriorly. I deceive people with this weapon, even my sisters. Why I ever spoke to you, it is a mystery to me, but I know that I cannot refuse. You have your difficulties. I don't want mine to be a burden to you, so only pray, pray much for me, and when you come the next time, I hope I will be able to tell you more, and not just say nothing. My table is full of letters to be answered. Pray for me, that I may be able to be Jesus to souls. Pray for me much and often. If you have time, write. Otherwise, please do not take the trouble. Yours in Jesus, M. Teresa, M.C. Yes, it was a very serious period of my life. Meanwhile, my poor health almost caused me to catch the serious disease, tuberculosis. While all this was happening, even more was going on also. I traveled around the world for 30 years. My mission, the Missionaries of Charity, soon gained publicity, and my mother and sister died in Albania, not allowed to leave by the government. Then finally, after all this, in 1997, I died. You may wonder how I can be speaking to you now, but I will tell you. I always knew that if I became a saint, I would surely be one of darkness, constantly absent from heaven to light the light of those on darkness on earth. Now, it's time for me to go, but remember this. Love starts in the family. A smile is the beginning of love. Smile and show others love always. Don't go change the world, but change the lives of the poor-hearted in your families. After all, that is where I started. Goodbye then. Amen, 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 amen. And that was my NHD performance. I hope you enjoyed.